YouTube, we are here. Finally, fucking finally. It took us about half a year to get this. We are officially here with Avengers Doomsday official trailer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for this. I'm telling you, when I'm telling y'all right now, when a new Rockstar video comes out for this, for the trailer breakdown and the movie breakdown in December, oh yeah, we're watching that shit. Eric Voss better be on that shit. I can't wait for the story. Bruh, the leaks, not like I don't even like look at leaks all like that, but like the leaks of like the beginning of the story of like they saying like Tobey Maguire's gonna be fighting Tubman McGuire is gonna be fighting like Logan or some shit. Like, oh my gosh! Like, it's so much that can go in here, and so many characters, and like we're going back to the X-Men. I have to go back and watch X-Men before this, all the X-Men movies. Oh my gosh, we are here. We are here, guys. Marvel is back. And I'm gonna be there. And I already bought my tickets for Spider-Man though. But Avengers Doomsday official trailer in theaters December 18th. Whew. How long is this? 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Oh my gosh. Alright. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite Marvel superhero is. Mine's is the Incredible Hulk and Deadpool, even though he's an anti-hero, but whatever. Let's get into it. I'm shaking, bro. I just been staying off of social media all day. I don't know what's in the trailer. All right, fuck it. Let's get into it. Sorry, chat. I'm just excited.
Something's coming.
Oh, fuck. Wait, y'all niggas is dead. Y'all niggas is done. Battle War, is that Battle War like colliding? Oh fuck, it's over. It's fucking over. GG's.
Something's coming.
It looks so good. It looks so fucking good already. Oh my gosh. Like, we're only 9 seconds in. 9 seconds in. 9 seconds in.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Oh shit. The tower. The new vent tower. What? The new vent tower. It looks so gorgeous. It looks amazing. It looks. And look at Doom. Look at that nigga Doom. Oh my god. Look at him. He's at. Dude, get the fuck out of my face.
Before this day is done.
Look at this nigga, bro. And is that Professor X talking? Because if that's Robert Downey. Hold on, let me hear.
Something we may not be able to deter.
That's Professor
Before
X.
this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Alright, talk to me, Marvel. Talk to me. I'm seated day one.
I've fought with many warriors in my time.
The little kid inside of me just screamed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I've fought with many warriors in my time.
Look at Marvel. Look at Marvel. Look at Thor. Look at the Fantastic Four. Look at this nigga. Look at Mr. Fantastic himself. Oh my gosh. Ant-Man, Bucky, Sam, Tupac. Hey y'all, I'm Tupac. Oh fuck. Yo, I can't wait for this. I cannot
I've
wait
fought
for
with
this.
many warriors in my time.
Bro, y'all can say I'm pausing too much. I don't give a fuck. This is Avengers Doomsday. Y'all have to realize we've been waiting for this for some like Mario for this for a long time, man. You have to understand. I'm soaking every juice, every nutrient this shit has. Look at that bulge, man. Look at that bulge. That's an incredible bulge. Marvel, y'all did a good job editing that bulge.
You're far stronger than all of us.
Oh my! I might cry. I might cry. You got the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts. Is that Century in the back? Fuck. Alright.
Stronger.
You know what? We're gonna watch the whole trailer through, and then we're gonna do pauses, alright? That's what we're gonna do. Let's go.
Than all of us put together.
Sorry.
And they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
Oh my!
Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing
Lucky!
if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles.
Oh my gosh.
Consume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. But mark my words.
That nigga stopped it with 2 fingers. He fingered that hammer. That nigga went, y'all. That nigga went. And I love that they giving Gambit some action. Oh my gosh, yes.
Mark my words.
Oh my, the way he just stops is so hard. It's just so hard. It's so hard to me, bro. I'm about to come. I'm about to come all over my screen. It's about to come.
Mark my words.
I want that scream. Oh yeah, that nigga's Doom finna fuck shit up.
Mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Oh, my bad. He said it's not possible.
It's not possible.
That nigga said, prove it. Prove it right now.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
Oh my god. And he looks so good too. You hear that score, nigga? Did we hear RDJ talk, or was that him in the beginning and I just missed it? Just like... woo! Woo! Yep. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I am there. I am fucking there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. Talk to me. We don't got fucking we don't got New Rockstar, but we got Screen Crush.
This is all the Easter
That's close enough, my nigga. Talk to me.
eggs, references, and little things you might have missed in the first
Sorry,
full
chat.
actual trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Welcome back, Screen Crush. I'm Ryan Airy, and I can't
Let's go.
believe I finally got to say those words. We are going to break down every detail of this trailer, lay out predictions for what this means for the film, and how this is going to affect Avengers Secret Wars. Guys, there are some details in this trailer that make me really sad because not everybody's going to make it out alive. Now,
What?
if you guys remember, the past few years have been one hell of a rocky road to lead up to this trailer. The MCU's multiverse saga was originally going to feature Kang the Conqueror as its main villain, or maybe it was a multiversal war between many variants of Kang. We'll never know. But then, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania underperformed and Jonathan Majors was arrested. So Disney pulled a quick... and then they cast Robert Downey Jr. as the greatest Marvel villain of all time, Victor Von Doom. Then, Avengers Endgame directors, the Russo brothers, and Endgame co-writer Stephen McFeely are now directing and writing Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So at this point, we still don't know if Dr. Doom just looks like Tony Stark because he's a variant of Tony who broke bad, or if they happen to be two people who have the same face, you know, like Steve Rogers and the Human Torch.
Avengers, flame on! Sorry, what now?
Okay,
But what we do know from this trailer is the multiverse is going to be threatened by incursions. As we saw in the show Loki, the multiverse is now this ever-expanding collection of infinite realities, but when two realities collide, it can destroy one or both universes. The only way to save your reality is to destroy another, and we see the multiverse start to fray in this trailer. Now, the real challenge of this movie is going to be bringing the multiverse saga together. After Avengers Endgame united basically every Marvel character in one fight, we haven't had a single Avengers movie, and there have been very few team-ups, and characters like Shang-Chi haven't even been seen for 5 years. However, this movie finally gives us the reason the multiverse saga was created. We are going to see the classic X-Men go up against the heroes from the MCU, and all of that's finally laid out here. And just a reminder, we've actually already seen 4 trailers for this movie, or maybe not trailers, tone poems or whatever, and this trailer actually gives some context to those previous micro teasers we saw at the start of the year. For instance, we saw Steve Rogers living happily with his infant son. We saw Thor in the woods praying to Odin for the safety of his daughter, and then Magneto narrated to Xavier about death, and finally Shuri met the Fantastic Four in a desert while Namor is nearby. We're going to revisit each of these trailers as we go along because this teaser actually gives us some context as to what the hell is happening in those previous trailers. Now, let's break this baby down. We begin at the X-Mansion from the original Fox X-Men movies. Now, Blade was technically the first modern Marvel movie released in 1998, but 2000's X-Men is the film that really kicked off this Marvel age of movies. Kevin Feige got his start on that film as an associate producer, and I think he wants to give all of these characters a proper send-off. The X-Mansion is faithfully reproduced from the Fox X-Men franchise, right down to this sign for Xavier's skull for the Gifted. And then we see Patrick Stewart returning for his 8th appearance as Charles Xavier. Now, the flash of light outside is probably the beginning of an incursion. Now, we saw the end result of an incursion in Multiverse of Madness, as Sinister Strange's reality was slowly being eaten by black goo. Here, this is the X-Men universe colliding with another reality. It could be colliding with the MCU, or the Fantastic Four's universe, or maybe even a franchise that hasn't been announced yet, like the realities of another Spider-Man. Now, we have theorized in past videos that the X-Men universe is actually the original universe, and every other reality branches off from them. After all, as we've documented, the X-Men have done a lot of screwing around with the timeline, which causes branches in reality. And I, for one, would love to see a little bit of the Raimi-verse in this film, but Spider-Man, Tom Holland, hasn't even been confirmed for this movie yet. He's too busy fighting like a million villains in his own film. But of course, Spider-Man's greatest villain of all time is Dr. Doom. No, actually, it's the media, or more to the point, media bias. J. Jonah Jameson has a field day blaming Spider-Man for well, everything. But here's the thing. This used to be a gag in these movies, but now it's starting to hit really close to home. We do live in an age of media misinformation and bias.
Facts.
So it's important to have news that you can really trust. And that is why we partner with Straight Arrow to bring you
fucking asshole. W.
Something women.
Okay. All I gotta say is everybody's costumes looks beautiful. Freaking Cyclops, oh my gosh, looks like the 97 version. Freaking Mystique looks Mystique looks amazing. The Thunderbolts people, oh my gosh, the Avengers, like, they haven't lost a touch. And I can't wait to be there day one screaming with everyone else, bro.
Or go to visitsan.com/subscribe. Now back to what I was saying. And then we finally hear the voice of Dr. Doom.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able.
Okay, so that was Dr. Doom. Oh yeah. This nigga is different.
To hear the voice of Dr. Doom.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter.
Now, there's a few things to note here. He has a European accent, which tells me this is likely not a variant of Tony Stark. He is the real Victor Von Doom.
What does that mean anyways?
Well, Victor Von Doom is my favorite villain in any comic. He was raised in the Eastern European country of Latveria, where a local baron persecuted his people. His mother sold her soul to the devil so her son would become a great man. And then Doom grew to be a brilliant wizard and scientist.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
After a dimensional portal scarred his face, he returned home to Latveria, conquered the nation, and became the villain, Dr. Doom. But what makes Doom so cool is that he genuinely believes that he is the best option for the world's survival. In the 2015 Secret Wars, which is the story this movie is going to be based on, he compressed the multiverse into a single world and rules it as a utopia where everyone is brainwashed into worshiping him. I always wanted to see Doom done right on screen, and so far, Downey looks perfect in the role. He says,
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter.
So here he is setting up this idea of incursions. He talks about unthinkable decisions, meaning that they will have to sacrifice entire realities or even the multiverse itself in order to preserve some sort of life. That is the unthinkable decision he's referring to. Then we see Doom on a battlefield in a destroyed forest, and you would never know this is Robert Downey Jr. because he doesn't remove his mask. Now in the comics, they held off revealing Doom's face for years until this recent Secret Wars comic. Some people even theorized that his scar was really small, but his vanity meant that he had to hide his face from the public. In Secret Wars, after Doom obtains godhood, he immediately fixes his face. Now, Doom could be from any reality, but we did see him in the post-credits scene of Fantastic Four First Steps, which is confirmed to be a scene from this film. Now, because that film also featured a Latvian delegation where Doom was absent, this could mean that Doom is from the Fantastic Four's reality, which is numbered 828. If that's the case, maybe he doesn't start off the movie all scarred. Maybe this scene is the aftermath of the accident that destroyed his face and set him on the villain's path. Hell, maybe in his reality, Tony Stark was European and he actually is a variant of Tony. And then, oh baby, we finally see Doom in his full armored glory. Let's just...
Person?
Nope, I need a minute. Okay. Then the narration shifts to Thor. Now, we do see shots of Doom in the woods fighting Thor later in the trailer, and this is probably the battle that occurs after Thor prays to Odin, which we saw in the second teaser. We have theorized in past videos that Doom is trying to steal Thor's adopted daughter, Love, because her power is tied to eternity, a being who is the embodiment of the universe.
Boy, you missed one movie in this franchise and you don't understand anything at all.
Well, Thor Love and Thunder disappointed some fans, me included, because it was overly comedic in tone. Like, Thor fed his hammer a beer.
Sorry we've been fighting lately.
But this movie seems to be returning Thor to his darker, more serious roots, and he's scared. I mean, this guy is the most powerful Avenger. He has fought in thousands of battles, and now something has managed to frighten him. Is he talking about an incursion, or is this after his face-off with Dr. Doom? He says,
Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together.
Then we see the fully renovated Avengers Tower. Now remember, this takes place 6 months after the events of the Thunderbolts when the new Avengers formed. And this surprised me. We actually see Thor arriving in a ship with the Fantastic Four. Now, judging by the ship's design, this ship is from their universe. We saw a Fantastic Four rocket enter the atmosphere in the Thunderbolts post-credits scene. So does this mean that Thor was, for some reason, in Universe 828? Maybe the battle with Doom in the forest actually occurred in their reality and not in ours.
Why do you say that?
Well, because we know Latveria exists in the Fantastic Four universe. We know that from this placard at the Future Foundation. So I think Doom already exists in Universe 828. He's from that universe. He has an existing rivalry with Reed Richards. He is the archenemy of the Fantastic Four, and that is why he showed up in the post-credits scene of First Steps. They are being greeted by Sam and Bucky, the two men who are in contentions for the Avengers title, like we heard about in the Thunderbolts post-credits scene.
You know he's filed for copyright of the name?
Did he?
And also, Scott Lang. Now remember, Quantum Mania ended with him being afraid of the looming multiversal threat.
We did beat him, right?
Now, of course, he was scared of Kang the Conqueror, but now that Kang has been written out of this movie, I'm sure they'll find some way for him to say, hey, everybody, guess what? There are really bad things out there in the multiverse, similar to how he showed up and began the plot in Avengers Endgame. Now, again, we don't know much about this movie, but it's a given that the characters from different universes will probably start off fighting each other. That always happens when heroes first meet because it gives us a chance to gauge their power sets against each other, and it also gives the heroes an obstacle to overcome. We see MCU heroes fighting the X-Men later in the trailer, and Alan Cumming also said that he fought Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic, so all these guys are going to be bashing heads. So maybe that's who Thor is trying to appealing to. These two groups of heroes we see at the end of the trailer who need to put aside their differences and work together. And then we get to the action part of the trailer with absolutely kick-ass crossover moments that we have been waiting for. First, we see the new Avengers Tower with a redesign. Tony Stark sold the tower in Spider-Man Homecoming, and for years we speculated on who could have bought it, until the movie The Thunderbolts revealed that it was purchased by CIA director Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. She was building her own private superhero and then accidentally brought together the new Avengers team at the end of the movie The Thunderbolts. In the post-credits scene for that movie, we heard that Sam Wilson also formed an Avengers team, and then these two squads were arguing over who got to keep the name. Notice in the background of this wide shot, we see three globes connected by lines. These are most likely the three universes that are about to collide in an incursion. We have the Fantastic Four's 828, the 616 universe, and the X-Men universe. And here we see Bob, John Walker, Red Guardian, 16 universe, and the X-Men universe. And here we see Bob, John Walker, Red Guardian with his silly Avengers with a Z jumpsuit, Yelena, Bucky, Ghost, Reed, Sue, Johnny, Ben, Scott, Sam, and Thor. And then we see Namor on his throne speaking with Shuri. Now remember, Wakanda Forever ended with Wakanda and Talokan reaching a peace, but Namor was planning on one day using this alliance to join with Wakanda against the outside world. So now it looks like Shuri is here to appeal for his help, but he doesn't seem interested. In fact, notice the throne room doesn't even look like it's underwater. We'll have more on that in a bit. And we also see M'Baku and the Wakandans about to come to blows with Namor's soldiers. So Thor lands on a battlefield next to a broken statue, which might have been a statue of Doom. This is him gearing up for the big fight at the end of the trailer. And also notice the ground is littered with robot parts. I think these could be Doom bots. Maybe the forest where Thor was praying was actually in Latveria. Doom could have kidnapped his daughter Love, and now Thor has come to collect her. But first he had to fight through an army of Doom bots. Now this has an added effect, where in the comics a lot of the time you don't know if the Fantastic Four are fighting the real Doom or one of his robots. So if we see Thor is able to decimate all of these robots, but then Doom can beat him at the end of the trailer, that means that the real Doom is a badass. We see Stormbreaker charge up with Doom in the background, followed by an attack on the X-Mansion, and then, oh baby, comic accurate 90s Cyclops.
Oh my gosh.
Look, Cyclops is my favorite X-Man, and I've always thought he was underused and done dirty by the movies, so I'm so excited to finally see him get a chance to shine in this film, wearing, I might add, yellow spandex.
What'd you expect? Black leather?
And now, this is what we came here for, Shang-Chi versus Channing Tatum's Gambit. So guys, for one thing, I thought a Shang-Chi sequel should have been fast-tracked years ago. The guy could have been one of the leaders of the new Avengers team in the face of the franchise. And for years, I followed the news of how Channing Tatum was trying like hell to get a Gambit movie made. It got stuck in development hell, and then Fox tried to get the character off the ground with Taylor Kitsch in X-Men Origins Wolverine. See, like Gambit, Channing Tatum's family is from New Orleans, so he feels a personal connection to the character. Here, he looks completely serious after Deadpool and Wolverine treated him as a bit of a joke.
They call me the Gambit.
Do they? Are you sure you didn't just really want them to, but it never quite worked out?
And I should remind you guys that we have this shirt for sale at our merch store, the Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Ooh,
This is in
put a
addition
name
to
for
other
myself.
Marvel parody merch like Tony Giving Life to Ultron, Latveria's Doomsday Festival, the X-Men and Nighthawk's Diner, and many, many more. If you
Oh, that's
become a
hard.
store member at our $5 tier, you also get 15% off store-wide. Links are below. Then we see them fighting in the X-Mansion, making me wonder if they are attacking this reality.
Bruh, this movie gonna be, bro. I wonder how long this movie's gonna be. Wasn't it Endgame like three hours long? So this gotta be like three or 4 hours long, bro. I won't mind. I don't even mind if it's 5 hours. Shit, like, bro, I need that, bro. I need that.
To preserve their own classic incursion
And like, I'm wondering what other superheroes they're gonna add in here, bro, that we don't even know about. Or if it's like that, that's it. I don't even mind that. That's a good cast. I love Fantastic Four. I love Thunderbolts. I freaking love like the Avengers, the original, and I love the X-Men. Like, what more can I ask for? But you know, Marvel, they be pulling shit out the wazoo.
trolley problem? Or are they trying to recruit the X-Men to fight against Doom? The whole movie is going to be one big trolley problem where the heroes are forced to make these kind of impossible decisions. And guys, this is massive. Loki is holding the TVA ID, which now features the multiversal tree on the back.
Wait, what's that mean?
So, in the show Loki, the version of him that stole the Tesseract was arrested by time cops and taken to a place outside of time called the Time Variance Authority. Over the course of 12 episodes, he sacrifices his own freedom to oversee the multiversal tree so everybody in infinite realities can have free will. But now, infinite realities means infinite chances for destruction. The last time we saw him, he was sitting at the center of the tree, but now he is in a normal house with curtains that kind of looks like Steve and Peggy's home, where we saw Steve holding baby James. So maybe Loki has come here to warn Steve about Doom and to ask for his help. And this part blows me away. It was hard to imagine this visual just from the footage descriptions we heard after CinemaCon. Namor uses his powers to part the ocean floor. Now immediately, this calls to mind the image of Moses doing the same thing in the film The Ten Commandments.
And also in the Bible.
Yes, exactly. But this is actually an apt comparison because Namor is a Moses figure to his people. In the movie Wakanda Forever, we see his origin. He's 500 years old, and he was born with the ability to fly, super strength, and to live in water or on land. But then, like Moses, he freed his people from slavery and led them to a promised land, an undersea kingdom. Now, we know from the previous trailer that the Wakandans will meet the Fantastic Four in a desert just like this. And I'm curious if this means that Namor is going to meet Sue Storm. In the comics, he was really hot for her, but he was always the bad boy love interest for Sue, and she chose to remain with Reed. And then we see them meeting with Ben, Sue, Bucky, Joaquin Torres, aka the Falcon, and Ghost, showing the two Avengers teams have put aside their differences, which makes sense because remember at the end of Brave New World, Sam heard from the leader about a big group, a threat called the Others.
We'll see what happens when you have to protect this place from the others.
So when people show up and start talking about this multiversal threat, I think Sam is going to be automatically ready to listen. Now to me, it looks like Namor was already meeting with the Wakandans, and maybe he was the one who parted the water so the Avengers and the Fantastic Four would have a place to land. Inside the X-Mansion, we see Reed using his stretchy arm to hold Sam back so Yelena can duck underneath. By the way, notice the robot Herbie here. And then we see Yelena Belova, Natasha's adopted sister, facing off against Mystique. Now, in the movie Black Widow, we saw how Yelena reconnected with her sister after she spent years being brainwashed by the Black Widow program. Then, in the show Hawkeye and in the movie The Thunderbolts, Yelena slowly overcame her depression and created newfound families for herself. Now, Mystique is once again played by Rebecca Romijn, just like in the original X-Men franchise. Now, in those movies, she was essentially nude with rubber pieces glued to her body, but now she's been given a comic-accurate costume. This is followed by shots of Eric and Charles from the trailer scene that we saw a few months ago, where they look incredibly morose, almost like they've had to make a very tough decision about ending another reality or accepting that their own reality will die. And this is followed by Scott apparently saying goodbye to Cassie, who now has comic-accurate blonde hair. I'm betting that if the multiverse ends at the end of the film, somehow Cassie and the other young Avengers are going to survive and form the new Avengers on Battleworld. In fact, remember the last time we saw Kamala Khan, she was heading west to look for Cassie Lang.
Did you know Aemon had a daughter?
And then we see Johnny hugging Sue with the wall of flame behind them. This could be an incursion like the one Charles was looking at the beginning of the trailer. And then Sue, looking regal in front of the wall of water, gives a respectful nod to Shuri, who returns with the Wakandan salute. I wonder if this is right around the time Sue meets Namor. So in the comics, these two crushed on each other pretty hard for years, so this should be a really fun meeting. Next, we get more of the X-Men battle. Sam, watching as Gambit leaps down, using his powers to disperse energy all over the room, and in the background, we see Mystique, Reed Richards, and this is followed by this kick-ass shot of Cyclops blasting Sentinels in the ruins of X Mansion. Now, this could be a shot of him fighting Doom sentries, or maybe it's just a fake out and it's a Danger Room training exercise. After all, that is the first place we saw the Sentinels in live action. Now, Famke Janssen is not returning as Jean Grey in this movie, so I think that means that Scott is really going through some stuff. He is dealing with the loss of his wife when all of this is occurring. And then we see Sue using her powers and Namor flying at high speeds, maybe creating the vortex to create this wall of water, and maybe that wall is being held back with Sue's force field. After all, we saw she's powerful enough to stop Galactus, so it wouldn't be any problem for her to hold water at bay so the ship can land. And then we get the matchup. We finally get to see Doctor Doom facing off against Thor. So I think this is just like the beginning of Infinity War, when Thanos defeated Thor and Hulk right away. And this telegraphs how ridiculously powerful the villain is. Now, if you follow the show Loki, then you'll remember that Thor's brother is sitting at the center of this great multiversal tree, and he's using his powers to keep the multiverse together. In the comics, Doom is always stealing power from cosmic beings, so I assume he's going to steal Loki's power, and Tom Hiddleston will escape to Earth to tell his brother that Doom is coming. So this battle between Thor and Doom could be personal. After all, Doom attacked a fellow Asgardian. Then Thor comes at Doom with Stormbreaker. And remember, this is a weapon that killed Thanos. And then he is so nonchalant when he catches this cosmic murder weapon with the tips of his fingers. So this sets up a sense of hopelessness for Thor. How can all of these heroes possibly defeat a force this powerful?
We're going to need a miracle.
And then, Nomad Chris Evans enters from the shadows, like his intro in Infinity War. Now, at first, it's unclear if this is a variant of Steve Rogers, or the same guy who went back in time and now has a son. Unclear at least until Steve proves he's worthy. This is a great callback to the climax of the Infinity Saga when Steve wielded Mjolnir in the final battle against Thanos. But why does Thor have his daughter's hammer? As we suspected, I think she's been captured by Doctor Doom so he could drain her unlimited cosmic power. Now, the Russo brothers have said that this movie is going to be a direct sequel to Avengers Endgame, which in some ways makes sense. If you're a moviegoer and you only see Avengers movies, then they do kind of tend to be direct sequels to one another. However, I really hope they don't ignore everything that's happened in the multiverse saga so far. Getting to see characters like Shang-Chi and Yelena Belova and all of these newer characters face off against Doctor Doom is going to be a hugely important part for this movie, because this isn't just about Marvel bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. Those guys are going to age. They're not going to be able to do this forever. It has to do justice to the new characters they've established and also to help set up the mutant saga. And I think that's where teenage heroes like Kamala Khan and Cassie Lang and Sadie Sink's Jean Grey are going to come into play. Like, we know that they're confirmed for Avengers Secret War, so I think that in Brand New Day, Jean is going to be a runaway. But when she sees the value of working together as a team in the movie Secret Wars, this will convince her to join Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. But what did you guys think about the trailer? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, or let me know in our free to join Discord server.
The trailer is beautiful. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to fucking see it. And I'm gonna be there day one with the popcorn and the nachos and my Mountain Dew, ready to slip it up and ready to scream, bro. Dr. Doom's ready to fuck shit up, bro. Ain't gonna lie. I hope Spider-Man's in there. I really do. And the Hawk too. But if they and Deadpool, cause we need to know why Thor was crying. We really want to know. But W trailer, I can't wait for trailer 2. I really can't. But yeah, thank you, Marvel, bro. We've been wanting this. We've been wanting this for a minute, bro.